Today, I'm going to talk about the opportunities in China. Thanks to Amanda Hoffman, her work has made my life much easier. I will be discussing 5 aspects of household lives in China nowadays, namely the income, the housing, the jobs, the medical insurance, and the education. First, let's look at the income growth in China from 1985 to 2012. The green line is the per capita GDP, which has grown by more than $6,000 over this period. The red line is the per capita income in urban households, which grew by more than $4,000. The blue line is the per capita income in rural households, which grew by more than $1,000. We can see that a large urban-rural gap exists. Also, as the CPI grew to more than 400%, this income growth is not as attractive as it is at the first sight. Then let's turn to the growth in per capita living space in China from 1978 to 2012. The growth pattern in urban and rural households generally matches. The per capita living space has increased from below 10 square meters to nearly 40 square meters, which indicates a substantial improvement in people's living condition. The next picture shows the employment in the three sectors from 1991 to 2011. In 1991, 60% of Chinese population works in the primary sector, namely on the farm, and 19% in the service sector. In 2011, only 35% of the population works in the primary sector, and another 35% in the service sector. This shows a shift in the organization of Chinese economy from the agricultural-based to a more advanced level. This picture shows the changes in employment rates by education from 1989 to 2011. Before the economic reform in 1980s, the state guaranteed urban workers a lifetime job, which promotes a high employment rate of more than 90%. Since the economic reform and the dissolution of state-owned enterprises, the employment rate has been steadily decreasing before it picked up again at around 2004, perhaps due to the stimulative economic policy. We can also notice there is an intersection around 1998, after which people with higher education is subject to a lower employment rate. This may be due to the reform expansion of higher education institutions in China since 1998, which has resulted in an oversupply of more educated labor force. As for the gender difference in employment, we can refer to the gender distributions in major occupations. Overall, only a small portion of the occupations need high managerial or technical skills, and men occupy most of them. Chinese government has been eagerly expanding the coverage of medical insurance in recent years. For both urban and rural populations, the coverage of medical insurance has reached almost 100%, though the urban coverage has experienced a dip during the period of economic reform. However, this does not suggest a great alleviation in people's medical burden, because the amount covered is still at a minimum level. But getting all the people covered at first still indicates a step in the right direction. The last picture displays the distribution of Project 211 universities in different provinces in China. Project 211 is a project of national key universities and colleges initiated in 1995 by the Ministry of Education, with the intent of raising the research standards of high-level universities. The darker red indicates there are more 211 institutions in a particular province, while the lighter red indicates few of them. We can see that the educational resources are not balanced across the whole country, with 26 institutions, almost one quarter of them in the capital Beijing.